Hey, so we survived the big freeze. It was about a week's worth, and we probably got some more in the future here. All right, you guys up north, I know you're laughing at me right now. That's okay. I get it. You guys got 2 feet of snow. I got a little frost on my lawn. Yeah, but that's why I live down here, so I can garden year round. So for me, it's a big deal because I don't want to lose my precious plants. So let's take a look. I'll show you what happened, show you what survived, what didn't, and what we're going to do next. Let's go do it. As predicted, my moringa took a big hit. I should have harvested more. I just didn't have the time. It's a shame to lose all that moringa leaves, but I did harvest quite a bit. I did get all the seed pods though. The herbs did just fine, but I think that's because, well, I take that back, the basil's hurting a bit. But I think that's because of where they're located over here. This stuff I covered with a tarp, did fine, no issues whatsoever. And I covered also my Brussels sprouts and some beets I have coming up. I didn't cover the onions, but they did just fine. They didn't care. But they look perfect and healthy. Okay, so the ones that died, as predicted, was the green beans. Green beans are toast. So I'm gonna have to figure out what to do about that. I mean, there's really only one option, that's pull them all out. The red pepper, my chili peppers, they're hurting, but they go through this every year and miraculously they always pull out. So they'll be just fine unless I have a really hard freeze. Squash are done. Now, I covered my dragon fruit and they're happy as a lark. They look just fine. No issues whatsoever. The herbs below them, because they're in a little microclimate here, they look just fine too. My lavender, my sage, my mint, that's culinary lavender right there. And this basil, let me move my shadow, did just fine too. But I also had the blanket over here. Amazingly, the passion fruit seems untouched. And I don't know how or why, but I don't know if it's the little microclimate being close to the house. But yeah, I only covered that portion where I could reach with a blanket. The top portion looks just fine. Okay, let's go to the backyard, see what we have back here. So as predicted, the fig lost all its leaves, but it happens every time we have a frost. And you can see, maybe a little hard to see in the picture here, we still have a little frost on our lawn. Holy cow, it's Arizona, we got frost on our lawn. Yeah, keep laughing up north. There's the rest of it. Lantana is gone. It does that every year when it gets cold. And everything is exactly as I showed you before. Pomegranate's fine. Apricot, Fahoya doesn't care. It does just fine. And the lemon and the citrus, they're doing just fine. So, as far as the citrus fruit go, I think they're okay. I debated on harvesting them beforehand, but everything I read said unless it's a real deep freeze, the fruit will be just fine. And they look like they're okay. So hopefully I will still have a good citrus harvest. So what do we do from here? Well, let's pull out the dead plants and let's plant new plants. That is the beauty of being here. So what am I going to do? Let me show you. Right there, where the green beans were, I'm going to pull all those out and I'm going to put carrots. Various variety of carrots. But we're going to have carrots. Probably where the squash is, or maybe here, I'm going to put fennel, but not until next month. Then I'm probably going to replant the peas because those ones are kind of scraggly. So I'll probably pull those out and replant the peas. And I haven't decided on the rest yet, but yeehaw, let's get some planting done and I'll give you another update after it's been a bit. So I just wanted to give you that quick update. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll keep you informed. So keep watching, and I'll show you how this garden progresses through the spring. If you remember right, last spring I was in Iraq, so I didn't get to do a lot, and so the garden kind of suffered, but we still had a pretty decent garden. But this spring I'm home, so I want to do a lot this year. So stay tuned. Let's see what we can get done, and keep on gardening, man.